Hello, my friends. We have another easy answer video for the 128 civics questions for the U.S. Citizenship Test. Today, we will go a little bit faster as we review the questions and answers by topic. Now, please be sure you are studying the correct questions. The 2025 version of the Naturalization Civics Test is for people who file Form N400 on or after October 20th, 2025. Okay. Now, the 2025 Naturalization Civics Test is still an oral test. The USCIS officer will ask you to answer up to 20 of the 128 civics test questions. You must answer 12 questions correctly in order to pass the 2025 version of the civics test. Okay? Ask questions below. In the meantime, let's get started. Principles of American government. What does the Bill of Rights protect? It protects the basic rights of Americans. How many amendments does the Constitution have? 27. What is the form of government of the United States? A republic. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? It says all people are created equal. Name two important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Equality and liberty. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? It means self-government. What is the supreme law of the land? The U.S. Constitution. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? The Declaration of Independence. How are changes made to the U.S. Constitution? Through amendments. Name one thing the U.S. Constitution does. Forms the government. What is the rule of law? Everyone must follow the law. Many documents influenced the U.S. Constitution. Name one. The Declaration of Independence. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? The Declaration of Independence. There are 3 branches of government. Why? For checks and balances. What is the economic system in the United States? Capitalism. System of government. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Speaker of the House is Mike Johnson. And updates can be found at speaker.gov. Who is Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? The President. What is one part of the judicial branch? The Supreme Court. The President of the United States is elected for how many years? 4 years. What is the name of the President of the United States now? It is Donald Trump. Look here for updates. Who signs bills to become laws? The president. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The vice president. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? To more closely follow public opinion. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? 5. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? The Senate and House of Representatives. Name one power of the U.S. Congress. Writes laws. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? 9. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? The 10th Amendment, it states that the powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or to the people. Who elects U.S. senators? Citizens from their state. Why does each state have 2 senators? Equal representation for small states. The executive branch has many parts. Name one. The president. Who vetoes bills? The president. Name one power of the president. Signs bills into law. Who is the governor of your state now? Answers depend where you live. You can look here at this website or ask us below. How long is a term for a U.S. Senator? 6 years. How many senators does each state have? 2. 2 senators per state. What does the judicial branch do? It reviews laws. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? Of course, here answers depend where you live. You can check at senate.gov or ask us below. How long is a term for a member of the House of Representatives? 2. 2 years. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? 435. Some states have more representatives than other states. Why? Because they have more people. What part of the federal government writes laws? Congress. Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? To be independent of politics. What does the president's cabinet do? It advises the president. Who does a U.S. senator represent? Citizens of their state. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? That is John Roberts. Who does a member of the House of Representatives represent? Citizens in their district. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? For life. Name your U.S. representative. Of course, answers depend where you live. They actually depend on your zip code. You can check house.gov right here or ask us below. How many U.S. senators are there? 100. What are two cabinet-level positions? Attorney General and Vice President. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? That is J.D. Vance. Again, here for updates. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Citizens from their district. The President of the United States is in charge of which branch of government? The executive branch. Name the three branches of government. Congress, President, and the courts. What is the capital of your state? Of course, that depends on your state. Every state does have a capital. The President of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why? To keep the president from becoming too powerful. Name one power that is only for the states. To give a driver's license. What is the highest court in the United States? The Supreme Court. Name one power that is only for the federal government. To print paper money. Who appoints federal judges? The President. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. Rights and responsibilities. Who can vote in federal elections, run for federal office, and serve on a jury in the United States? Citizens. What are 2 examples of civic participation in the United States? To vote or run for office. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. What is one way that Americans can serve their country? Vote. It is important for all men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service. Name one reason why. It's required by law. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. How can people become U.S. citizens? To naturalize. Name 2 promises that new citizens make in the oath of allegiance. To be loyal to the United States and to obey the laws of the United States. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? It's required by law. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Any citizen can vote. Colonial period and independence. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. George Washington is the father of our country. There were 13 original states. Name 5. New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, North Carolina, South Carolina. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. James Madison. He was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. Alexander Hamilton, he was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. What founding document was written in 1787? The U.S. Constitution. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? The American Revolution. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Africans. The colonists came to America for many reasons. Name one. For freedom. Name one reason why the Americans declared independence from Britain. High taxes. Why were the Federalist Papers important? They helped people understand the U.S. Constitution. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. James Madison. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? July 4th, 1776. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name one. He was a U.S. diplomat. The American Revolution had many important events. Name one. The Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. Thomas Jefferson, he was the writer of the Declaration of Independence. The 1800s. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Freed the slaves. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? It freed the slaves. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana. When did all men get the right to vote? After the Civil War. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. Lincoln was assassinated. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are U.S. citizens? The 14th Amendment. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Susan B. Anthony. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. The 1800s, the Civil War. Recent American history and other important historical information. Name one example of an American innovation. The light bulb. Why did the United States enter World War II? To support the Allied powers. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? Persian Gulf War? To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. The 1900s, World War I. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Crow. Why did the United States enter World War I? To support the Allied powers. What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. Martin Luther King Jr. fought for civil rights. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11th, 2001 attacks. The war in Iraq. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? Russia. When did all women get the right to vote? After World War I. When did the Great Depression start? During the Great Crash, 1929. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? To stop the spread of communism. Dwight D. Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. Eisenhower, he was a general during World War II. What did the Civil Rights Movement do? The Civil Rights Movement fought to end racial discrimination. What was the Great Depression? It was the longest economic recession in modern history. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? Communism. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? To stop the spread of communism. Symbols. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? We all become one. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there are 50 states. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. Where is the Statue of Liberty? New York. Holidays. What is Memorial Day? It's a holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. Name 3 national U.S. holidays. New Year's Day, Thanksgiving, and Independence Day. What is Veterans Day? Veterans Day is a holiday to honor people in the U.S. military. What is Independence Day? It's the country's birthday. And there we go, we did it. All 128 civics questions and answers for the 2025 version of the U.S. Naturalization Test. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. If you're on your journey to become a U.S. citizen, we're here for you. Thank you. Leave questions below and we will do what we can to help you find the answers you need. Thanks again for watching, my friends. Have a great day.